Performance. Miss, there is no correct or incorrect here. I am having no expectations of you. How do I know what to improve on? Haha, so reports of quantity of teas produced, average customer satisfaction, rate of production, etc. That sounds great. Well, Boro is vetoing the idea. Numbers are not exactly my strength. Unless you'd like me to lie to you about the numbers, in which case I would be glad to. No, I want accurate numbers. Very well. In that case, no numbers. Just good old-fashioned work for no particular reason. Aha! Now that is some steaming hot water. You are doing quite well so far, managing our complicated tea machine with ease. Tell me, are Boro's instructions helpful, or would you rather be figuring out the rest of the machine on your own? Yeah, keep giving me the instructions. Of course! I am more than happy to. Next, you will rotate the ladder to the right until you reach this valve. Kick the valve, and it will transfer our boiling water to the infuser. And just like that, our water scurries over to the infuser. While the infuser is open, position yourself in front of it with an item in your hand. You can reach the infuser from the bridge or while still on the ladder, whichever you prefer. Then you toss any item into the infuser, any item at all. This is of course where you'll be placing a T-ball and a chip into the mixture. Give it a shot. I gotta go get a T-ball. I don't have one. Oink. Oink. Well done! The water will only be changing color once you have added your T-ball. Okay, one more valve to kick, and then we will move on to our final step. Oh. The finished tea has been transferred to our final orb, the pyramid. The next step will be to get off the ladder, find an empty cup, and place it on the grate below. Then pull the rope you see here in order to pour tea into the cup. And that's it. You will be having yourself one shiny new cup of Chip tea. Congratulations. You can even pour multiple cups of tea from the same batch if you wish. So I gotta find a cup. Okay. Oh, do I have to hold it? Oh, so much tea. So much tea. Now what? This is the tea that you have made? Yep, here it is. Splendid. Delicious! It is everything Boro was hoping for. Won't you join me at my favorite bench? I think it would be the perfect place to enjoy this tea. Fine. That is the spirit. Ah, delightful. A cup of tea, a nice view, and a new acquaintance. Tell me, do you find the scenery as enchanting as I do? Is it a feast for your eyes? I'm not an art critic. Does one need to be an art critic to admire the view? No. But an art critic would be better at it. Just like I'm better than art critics at fighting. And you're better than me at whatever it is you do. Ha, but am I better than you at running a tea shop? How can you know for sure? Trust me. I must tell you, miss, there are few satisfactions in the world like running a tea shop. To make a warm drink and put it in the hands of a customer. Yum, what a feeling. If you ever put your mission on hold, I'm always looking for help here at the shop. Wait, put my mission on hold? Why exactly would I ever do that? I simply mean that it is possible you decide to stop looking for this Master Winters. And if that were to happen, you would be welcome to stay here and... What are you talking about? You think I'm someone who would give up on this? It could happen. People are changing their course all the time. Perhaps you are not able to be finding her, or you are simply tired. It is normal to... Wait. No, stop right there. You've known me for 10 minutes, and you're talking about how you think I'd quit? I have devoted every day of my life to this. Every single day for years and years.
That is quite, wait for it, the mighty teapot.
Nice. You have no idea the sacrifices I've made. The pain I've endured, you can't begin to imagine it. Do you understand that fighting is the one single thing I've spent my life on? I can't give it up. I am sorry, miss. I was not meaning to touch on such a nerve. It's not a nerve! It's me! You're talking about me! If I don't find Master Winters, then I can never be the person I want to be ever again. But you think I should just give it up? Live in mediocrity for the rest of my life? Yo, mediocrity. Did you see that, teapot? Just serve tea and try not to spend every single day thinking about how I had everything and let it slip away. Do you want me to fail? Would it feel good to see the big strong warrior have to fall and cry and beg for help? Miss, can I... What am I doing here? Why am I even having this conversation? She's not gonna be able to lift it. Why? Why can I not lift my own sword? It doesn't make any sense. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here right now. She's gonna pass out in the woods again. Is it just gonna show her wake up on the bench? Oh no, we're actually gonna see the woods again. The tea man drugged. I don't think he did. She didn't drink anything, so he drugged himself. No, I can't give up on finding Master Winters. Never, not until she trains me back up into excellence. Back to being undefeated. If I have to, oof. I can't believe how tired I've been. Rest a moment. Let's see what happens if we rest a moment. Is that okay? Can I just rest?
Think, Alta. Why are you here in this forest? Because of those fights. I lost and there was no good reason. I lost! It was so stupid. I was undefeated for over 3 years. Remember how bad it felt, Alta? How you wanted to die? That's why you're here, in this forest. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that anger.
Yes, ha, this is the motivation I need. I needed the fear and the anger. I needed to lose. I can use it to get better. Look at me, I'm back. How do you like this, huh, Boro? You think I'd quit because it got hard? Maybe once I'm back to normal, I'll find him just so I can show him how strong. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Ah, there you are, coming around again. I must say, continuing to carry you here from the forest is reinvigorating Boro's triceps. How are you feeling? Any better? Miss? Something's wrong with me. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Miss, I am not seeing anything wrong with you. I collapsed out there multiple times. That's not like me. Haha, yes, what a surprise that a person pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion would collapse. It is a mystery. I am completely baffled. I've pushed myself to the brink of exhaustion every day for years, and this has never happened. Well, perhaps this is the results of pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion every day for years. The days add up, miss. I'm not okay with it. Not okay with the body having physical limits. Yes, we will file a complaint form right away. Miss Alta, you are tired. Can you not see how tired you are? It is palpable. You radiate exhaustion. I am not a scientist doctor. I did not do the 14 years of scientist doctor school. But is it not obvious that what you need is some time to rest? To take your attention off this task of yours and let the mind wander? That sounds unproductive. Extremely! Now you're understanding! Miss Alta being so productive is causing her great harm, it would seem. But if I could find Master Winners, any pain I put myself through now will be worth it. Miss, I cannot make you stay here. You are welcome to return to the forest. You can go out there and run to your heart's content. You can collapse again and again and again if that's what you want. And then one of these times you'll be collapsing for good. But here, in the tea shop, you get— oh, paper chains, I used to make those. You could spend some time relaxing. Will it fix you? No, but it may let you heal just a little bit. So here's what I am suggesting. Stay here and help me run the tea shop, just for now. The work is simple here, but it's enjoyable. It's not hard. We have no goals to meet and no schedule to keep. We work on our own time. It might be a good way to take your mind off of things and just relax. Then, when you feel fully at 100% again, away you go. Simple, restful, and no obligations. What do you say? Let me think about it. Of course, there's no pressure to come or go. You may do as you please. How about this? I will be here in the shop tending to what is needed. If you would like to try out running the tea shop, come speak with me. Take your time. There's no rush. I am enjoying the conversations with him far more than I thought I would. Tasks organized with love. Pour the water, heat the water, transfer infuser, add the tea, transfer to pyramid, pour the tea. Drying tea leaves. Simple plants. Simple flower. Pink flower. Have we seen a pink flower seed? Is this a pink flower seed? Pink seeds. I'd like to have like all the seeds and stuff in one location. It'd be a little easier. So what if we do doot and doot, and then we need one more. Oh, no, pick that up. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, and then gotta make a triangle thing. Alright, so now we've got 2 types of fruits in this one area. That'll make it easier later, I imagine. There's already another tea ball there. I wonder if I have to replant the tea stuff, or if those will regrow on their own. Oh, it's the cup I used earlier. It's already gotten cleaned. Aha! So you are feeling up for helping me run the tea shop, then. Briefly. Literally, as soon as I can pick up my sword again, I'm out of here. Of course! The very split second, you are well enough. Besides, I owe you for carrying me out of the forest. So if I was in your debt for that, consider the debt repaid. It sounds like a very equitable business exchange. So, what's first? What's first is that we must be better acquainting you with the shop. Please come with me. Welcome back to the maintenance room. Miss Alta, the last time we were here, I pointed you in the direction of our watering can. But I did not tell you much about the other tools. They are also quite useful, yes. The broom is useful for sweeping up any unsightly leaf piles that gather outside. And if you find any trinkets hidden in the leaves, you are welcome to keep them. Similarly, if you notice any weeds growing outside, perhaps you will use our clippers. Personally, Boro finds it quite relaxing to do a bit of weeding. Am I weird for thinking this? Perhaps. This is all quite a lot of information, yes? Here, I will add some notes to your field guide. That way, it is all conveniently written down. Okay. I hope you'll be taking good care of our shop tools. Boro is quite fond of them. Also, did you see the little trains start moving on the rail? This is our dishwasher. When a cup is dirty, you can be placing it here on one of the dishwashing train cars. Then the cup will be dropped over here in the maintenance room, thoroughly cleaned. It is the traditional rail, train, and waterfall dishwashing system as in olden times. Is everything making sense so far? Yes. Very good. I am glad to hear. While we are here in the maintenance room, let us get you some attire. If you are to run a shop, you must look the part. How else will our customers know to come to you for tea? I want my customers to feel intimidated. With the right apron, they will. Here, let us see if this apron looks the part on you. Wow, with this apron, you look like someone full of excitement to run a tea shop. That isn't in any way true, and you know it. Indeed, I did know it, but I was thinking aspirationally. Okay, there is one more thing we must do before opening the shop. This way. Sword? It is your lovely sword. Very beautiful specimen. The sword is still too heavy to lift, yes? Yep, still heavy. Wonderful. She is not worthy. Please come with me. He's like, I'm gonna put this in the garbage and then you can't stop me. Is he gonna stick it in the tree stump? It really doesn't feel heavy to you. Not even a small amount. For now, let us leave the sword right here. Perfect. It is quite lovely there, don't you think? Boro, you don't know how important this sword is to me. Can I be asking where the sword came from? Tell him. I want to know too. When I first began taking fighting seriously, I decided I would smith my own sword. It seemed like a good idea. I threw myself into it, learning everything there was to know about blacksmithing. But soon I realized I could easily spend my entire life just learning to make swords. It was so complex. If I wanted to become great, I had to pick only one thing and commit to it and leave everything else behind. So I picked only one thing, being a fighter. After that, I commissioned a great blacksmith, someone equally devoted to their craft, to make this sword for me. Do you guys see the hair? That looks like Master Winter's hair. So I'm wondering if Master Winters was not devoted to... Now, this could just be a coincidence, but that looks like the Master Winter's outline. So I'm wondering if they were her blacksmith and she didn't know it. I was obsessive. I demanded a million alterations. We didn't stop until the sword was perfect. A sword that would let me pursue this one focus and leave everything else behind. I'm not a blacksmith, I'm not a tea maker, I'm a fighter. That's all I intend to be. The sword is a part of me. I feel sick not being able to hold it anymore. I'm going to find a way to carry it again, I promise. Dude, when I commissioned emotes and stuff from artists, and I've had to ask for like 2 alterations, I felt like I was just scum. Like, oh my god, I'm so annoying having to ask them for a second alteration. I'm the worst customer. Oh my god, I bet they hate me right now. Like, I can't imagine being a blacksmith and getting asked to do 1,000,000 alterations. I'd be like, freaking out. Oh my gosh. Yes, I can see that you will. Boro is most confident in you. Alright, I believe it's time for us to open the shop. Are you having other questions before we start? How exactly am I supposed to run the tea shop? Well, suppose making tea for customers is generally preferred, but other than that, you may be doing as you please. There are no specific rules. Simply take care of the shop in whatever way is feeling right to you. Customers may very well arrive soon, in case you wish to prepare any tea ingredients for them. Oh, and if you are needing a refresher on how to make plants, try going to our library upstairs. There is a book in there on gardening written by Boro's very good friend Sylvia. You may find it useful. I'm quite certain Sylvia has phrased it better than I could have. Hey. With that, let us begin the exciting tea management adventure. It is beginning. Here we go. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Are we doing it? Yes, we are doing it. Right now. It is happening as we speak. Okay, great. Good for us. Good for us indeed. Okay. Well, let's take his advice. Let's go look in the... Whoa. Tips for using inventory. You could swap an item in your hand for an item in your inventory by selecting the inventory item directly. No need to stash the hand item first. In the options menu, you can switch the inventory button press to be either toggle on off or press and hold. Wait, what is that? Shelves? Dude, this is the library. It's like 2 books. All about gardening. Read. Excuse me, sorry. Flip page. Bless you, thank you. So you've decided you want to learn more about planting and gardening. Wonderful. It's a decision you will very rarely regret. As you turn these pages, you will discover the many beautiful and intricate secrets of the plants around us and how to sculpt them in your image of beauty. I'm excited to share with you the joy of gardening, so let us go on this adventure together. Many of the fundamentals of gardening are inscribed within these pages, yet even the fundamentals can be quite daunting for a new gardener. Remember, darling, absorb this information only at a pace that you feel comfortable with. Perhaps even take a break between chapters to practice what you've learned. Or don't. Maybe you want to stuff your brain so full of knowledge your skull actually literally explodes. We all want to die in different ways, so that's what makes each of us unique. Alright, no more procrastinating. Time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. Simply do your best out there, and remember to always be beautiful, my darlings. Chapter 1, Simple Plants. Simple plants are the most basic of flora. These are the building blocks of your garden. To plant one, you'll need to find a plant seed. The color of the seed tells you what plant it will produce. How many different types of plant seeds are there? Darling, I'm not a seedologist. Not all of us have the family connections necessary to get into a prestigious seedology school. Perhaps you should ask one of those snotty rich kids how many types of plant seeds there are. Once you've found the plant seed you want to use, place it in the ground and a simple plant will sprout. Alright, everything's pretty easy so far, right? Well, buckle your beautiful faces up, my chaotic garden children, because we're about to discuss hybrids. And you know this is where gardening gets wild. Hybrids come in 2 sizes, small and large. First, let's discuss small hybrids. To make a small hybrid, we'll start by placing a simple flower in the garden. You'll notice this grid when you plant the flower. Now let's place some simple ferns around the flower, forming a line like this. As soon as you do this, the center flower turns into a plant egg. Yes, plants can become eggs. It's a normal, regular part of nature, and you're weird for thinking it's weird. So what do we do with this completely normal plant egg? Well, we water it, of course, so let's go grab our trusty watering can. Simply fill your watering can at any spigot that you can find next to a body of water. Once it's full, pour some water onto the plant egg. And just like that, the egg turns into a combination of the fern flower. You just bred 2 plants together, you nasty gardener, you. This line pattern is the key to producing a small hybrid. Place your first simple plant A in the center, surrounded by any 2 of the same simple plants B in a line around it. The outer plants have all to be the same, that's the only rule. You can even make a hybrid by combining a simple plant with itself. It's true. Any combination of plants produces a hybrid. Go ahead and try creating some hybrids and see how many you can come up with. You can always check your field guide for information on all the hybrids you've already produced. Large hybrids. If you've ever looked at a small hybrid and thought, that's for babies, then I've got great news for you. Introducing large hybrids. The same basic principle for creating the small hybrids applies to the large hybrid. However, the pattern itself is different. Rather than a line, this time we're going to make a triangle. As you can see, this time we require 3 of the surrounding simple plants rather than 2, but other than a different pattern, everything's the same. Water the egg again, and this time you get a big old honkin' mama of a plant. Just look at that beauty. Stunning, terrifying, gorgeous. Now this is the reason I've devoted my life to gardening. If you don't believe me, get out there and try it for yourself. Chapter 4, a breather. Whew, a lot of information so far. How about we take a little breather and relax for a moment with this calming picture of a beautiful fish. Chapter 5, fruits. You didn't think your plants were just going to sit there in the ground doing nothing at all, did you? Heck no. Plants are living beings, and just like you and me, they need to create something in order to feel purpose in life. Once you've made your hybrid, go ahead and pour a little more water on it. Each time you do, it will produce new fruit. Small hybrids and large hybrids will each grow something from their leaves. Small hybrids will grow more plant seeds, allowing you to plant more simple plants. Large hybrids will grow fruits. Fruits are juicy and tasty, and you can brew them in water to create all manners of tea. And even better, every large hybrid grows its own unique fruit with its own unique properties. Check your field guide for more information on all these fruits and their effects. Social commentary. Remember, gardening is a form of personal expression. Every gardener brings a personal touch to their creations, which means there is no correct way to arrange your plants regardless of what the cold-minded seedologist may try to tell you. To them, gardening is more like a math equation to be ordered and solved, more like a spreadsheet than a musical instrument. Look at them solving a garden. Have you ever seen something so absurd? That is what seedologists usually do. I've witnessed it. Oh, and let's talk about the cost of tuition at seedology universities. How can you justify an average of 215% increase in tuition costs over the last decade? Surely these students aren't getting the career opportunities they sought to be commensurate with such an exorbitant cost of education. Shall I tell you why all of this posturing and extravagance? It helps them to feel superior. They donate huge amounts of money to have their names printed on the front of an Institute for Plant Speech. That's a real thing they spend their money on, darling. Plants can't speak. I've tried. Don't lose sight of what gardening is really about. Gardening is many things, and seedology is not one of them. Resist the hegemony of the seedologist imperative. No seedologist. Chapter 7, moving plants around. We've all stepped back from a long day of hard work in our garden and thought to ourselves, actually, I wish everything was somewhere else. It's perfectly normal to instantly dislike something the minute you finish making it. That's why pots are so handy and useful. If you hold a pot and stand in front of a plant, you can scoop the plant right into the pot. Of course, the large hybrids are perhaps a bit too big to fit into a pot, but everything else should fit just fine. What do you do with your potted plant? You put it on a shelf, perhaps back in the ground, perhaps even move the plant to a much larger, more decorative pot. The choice is yours, and in gardening, just as in life, it's very important to indulge every whim you ever had, no matter how small. Of course, sometimes it's necessary to eliminate a plant together. While painful for the soul, it's actually quite easy for the hands. Simply use your trusty shears and chop away at whichever plant has outstayed its welcome. The power to destroy life is a heavy burden to carry, so whenever you shear a plant, remember to congratulate yourself on overcoming the inner demons of doubt and insecurity. Chapter 8. Congratulatory tea break. Congratulations! You're a true master of gardening now, a fact which is guaranteed to impress disapproving relatives at holiday parties. Now is the ideal time for a relaxing cup of tea to bask in your own accomplishments. Remember not to be too haughty or arrogant about your newfound skills, but also remember to be at least a little arrogant, or else what was it all for? I salute you, my beauties. I do hope to bump into you out on the dirt. Now go out there and make the most beautiful gardens your hearts can imagine. Oh, and I should mention, there are certain special effects that mushrooms can have on your plants as well, if you know the right patterns. I very much wish to tell you about them, but my editor is insistent that I am far past my deadline on delivering the manuscript of this book. In fact, she's here with me now, telling me to stop writing. Now she's coming over to the desk and grabs... Dedicated to all garden snakes everywhere. Okay. Good read. Okay. Let's see. Thoughts. I could get the other tools. And... So we made a mistake here earlier. Okay. And let's see. One is seed pouch. Alright, so let's make a blue-red hybrid. So that's going to be blue there. And I need more red seeds. Pink seeds, actually.